So I showed up to this job expecting a routine toilet pull and reset. Pretty standard stuff. Maybe a bad wax ring, maybe a loose flange, nothing too crazy. The customer called because she noticed some slight movement in the toilet and a bit of musty smell in the bathroom. That right there was the first clue that something bigger might be going on, but I wouldn't know for sure until I pulled the toilet. Now, anytime I do this kind of job, I'm always prepared for surprises. Rotten flanges, cracked pipes, uneven flooring, but what I found here was something a lot worse: black mold. The moment I lifted the toilet, I saw it. Dark patches of mold spreading underneath the tile, creeping around the flange. And let me tell you, if you ever see mold like this under a toilet, it's a big red flag. This isn't just surface level stuff. It means moisture has been getting trapped under there for a long time, likely from a slow leak or a failed wax ring. The worst part, the flooring around the flange felt soft, which usually means wood rot underneath. At that point, I knew this was no longer just a simple toilet reinstall. It was a much bigger issue. Now, when I pointed it out to the customer, she wasn't thrilled. Understandably, her first instinct, can't you just put the toilet back on? And I get it. Nobody wants to deal with unexpected repairs, especially when they were expecting a quick fix. But this isn't the kind of thing you can ignore. I explained that mold doesn't just stay put, it spreads. It weakens the floor, and if it reaches the wall or subfloor, the cost to repair skyrockets. Not to mention the health risks. Black mold can cause respiratory issues, allergies, and long-term air quality problems inside the home. She was still hesitant though. I could tell she was worried about the cost and hassle of having to bring in more contractors. So I broke it down for her. If we just put the toilet back, that moisture is going to keep festering underneath, making the problem worse over time. Eventually, the subfloor could get so weak that the toilet starts sinking or pulling away from the flange completely. And at that point, she'd be looking at a full floor replacement, which could cost way more than handling it now. I also pointed out that the mold wasn't just under the toilet. It was creeping beneath the tile, which meant the problem wasn't isolated. That's when I asked if she had noticed any other signs: musty smells, allergies acting up, or discoloration in the grout. Sure enough, she said she noticed a musty odor for a while, but just figured that was normal. That's another thing a lot of homeowners don't realize. If you're constantly smelling something musty in the bathroom, it's usually a sign of a hidden moisture or mold growth. We went back and forth for a bit. She really wanted just to put the toilet back on, but I kept reinforcing that it wasn't the right move. I told her, if this were my house, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that mold is spreading under my floor. I even offered to help her understand the next steps, calling a mold remediation specialist, checking the subfloor for damage, and getting a flooring contractor lined up. After some convincing, she finally saw the bigger picture. She agreed to leave the toilet off and tackle the problem the right way. This is one of those jobs that really highlights why hiring a good plumber matters. Anyone can swap out a wax ring and bolt a toilet back down, but a real professional looks deeper at the health of the floor, the integrity of the flange, and the long-term effects of water damage. If I had just done what she initially wanted and reinstalled the toilet, she would have been dealing with a much bigger issue and more expensive nightmare down the road. And that's the thing about the trades. It's not just about fixing pipes. It's about protecting homes and making sure problems get addressed before they spiral out of control. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, whether you're a homeowner or a tradesperson, don't ignore the warning signs. That musty smell, that slight movement in the toilet, that's your early warning system. And if you see black mold, don't just cover it up. Get it taken care of the right way. It might be a hassle now, but it'll save you a massive headache later.